All right, we'll go ahead and get started. We've got Mike Peterson here. If you have a question for him, go ahead and raise your hand. I'll call on you. Spencer Nussbaum, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
I'm good, Spencer. How are you?
I'm doing well. How do you plan to combat Minnesota's size tonight, and what specific steps or strategies have you and the coaching staff implemented to prepare for these post-heavy teams?
Well, the first thing is it's not completely different from most teams, right? So, I mean, a lot of teams, Indy's huge, right? And so we played them. Dallas has a lot of bigs, right? We played them. So for us, we've got to be disruptive before the ball goes into the post. I mean, if we let Sylvia Fowles catch it where she wants it, she's sure. And so we've done several things to try to make sure we're disruptive on the perimeter. Don't give them the angles and the time to throw the passes they want to throw to her. And we're not going to stop her. Let's just be honest. What we need to do is gain her and try to make her touch us hard and try to make it difficult throwing her the ball.
Sloan Martin, go ahead.
Hi, Mike. I'm one of the broadcasters for this evening. I wanted to ask about your front court, especially now bringing in Cheyenne Parker, but the ability, what do you think it's been to be so successful at protecting the paint and really looking at that group defensively? What's been working so well, especially with Elizabeth and Monique?
Yeah, well, our bigs are the glue to our defense. I mean, I think our perimeter gets talked about a lot, and deservedly so. I mean, they're very good. But the bigs back there, E and Tiana and Mo, Crystal's been back there some. Now Cheyenne will be back there. They're the glue. They clean up the rotations. They cover mistakes, and they've just been really fabulous at that. And they also have been a big part of our, we trap a lot. I don't think that's a big secret. But they've been a big part of our traps and rotations. When we trap a ball screen, the bigs got to come out and trap. So they've just done a really good job with that. And having Cheyenne will be helpful, and we'll all be interested just to kind of see how long she can go and how well she can play after this really long layoff.
Spencer, we'll go back to you.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about the sort of adjustments you might need to make with Kennedy coming out. What does that look like? And do you know what your starting lineup is going to kind of look like from here?
Well, tonight, I know what it looks like tonight. Tonight, it's just Odyssey and Kennedy's spot, right? So everything else is the same. And it's an adjustment. I mean, Odyssey is, we've been talking about this since the very beginning. We're blessed with a bunch of really fast, really talented perimeter players, right? I mean, we've been talking all year long how we've got 5 really good perimeter players, right? Kennedy and Courtney and Tiffany and Odyssey and Eric, right? I think there's a T-shirt that says that, by the way. But anyway, and now you've moved one of them out, Kennedy, and you've moved another one into the starting lineup, Odyssey. But Odyssey was an all-star in this league 2 years ago. She's a really good player. Now she has a different skill set. Okay, she plays the game a little differently, and so we'll run some different sets for her than we would run for Kennedy. But it won't change overall what we're doing. We still need to play fast, and we still need to play downhill, and we still need to get in the lane, and we still need to be disruptive on defense. And Odyssey's great at all of those things. I mean, she was. Kennedy gets hurt in the New York game like 5 minutes or so into the second half. Odyssey basically just ran it for the last 20 minutes of that game and just did a great job.
There is a shirt with their names on it, so I appreciate that merch plug there.
You're welcome. You're welcome, merchandise czar.
Rafi Glusit, go ahead.
Yeah, I want you to look back at the idea of bringing in Cheyenne Parker to the Atlanta Dream, and what type of offensive statistics will she bring to this team, especially since she's making her debut tonight against the Minnesota Lynx?
Sure. Well, I mean, Cheyenne had a breakout year last year, and she's always been a good player, but she had career highs in a lot of categories last year. And the thing that Cheyenne brings us is, first of all, I mean, her voice and what she brings to us just from a chemistry and, just team bonding kind of a thing. She's just been fabulous. Okay. And then basketball wise, she's long, she's strong, she can protect the rim defensively. Okay. And then on offense, she shoots the three, she can post, she can go over either shoulder in the post. She's a good passer. So, she's got a very diversified skill set. Some players are, kind of one trick pony. Cheyenne is not that. There are a lot of ways she can help us. Now, in fairness to Cheyenne, okay, since before our first game, she really has not practiced. She did 2 days of individual work this week and then practiced on Thursday before we came up here. And so, it's going to take her a minute to get her legs back. It's going to take her a minute to get her game back. And we're just excited that she's back with us, and we're going to go game by game and hopefully get her back, because you're exactly right. When we signed her, she was a huge part of the plans to build this roster. And so we're just delighted to have her back.
And we'll go back to Spencer for the last question. Go ahead, Spencer.
Yeah, I've asked a lot of players this question, so I'm curious to hear your take. At this point in the season, what's bringing you specifically the most joy and optimism?
Good question, Spencer. I love questions that have the word joy and optimism in them. Well done. That's kind of my brand right there. I think just the way this team is enjoying playing together. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a pretty loose group. I'm not going to lie to you. But they're enjoying playing the game. And to me, if you're playing hard and you're enjoying it, the rest of it will take care of itself. And so, I enjoy that part of it. I enjoy watching the joy with which our players have come to practice every day. I enjoy watching the joy with which our players play every day. And like I said, that's my happy place, and so that's been really fun with this group.
All right. Thanks so much, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.